This is Taylor Schaefer with Morgan James Publishing, and I have the pleasure of interviewing Grace Meek about her new release of her book, Becoming a Holistic Entrepreneur. Grace, it is such a pleasure to have you on this interview with me today. Thank you for joining me. And thank you, everyone at home that is watching as well. And I do have a couple of questions for you, Grace, so I'd love to go ahead and jump right into those.
Thanks for collaborating today, Taylor. I appreciate your time.
Of course. So my first question is, how did you evolve from the corporate world to 20 years as a successful holistic entrepreneur?
Well, Taylor, about 20 years ago in 2000, I was at the top of my game, standing at the top of the corporate ladder going, what's next? I didn't feel fulfilled or satisfied. I had a lot of financial success, but the six figures wasn't making my heart any happier. And I wasn't really seeing sustainable results for the marketing work that I was doing as a VP of business development for a DC firm. And I thought to myself, if there's any time to really get clear about who I am and what my gifts are for the world, life's not getting any longer, it's only getting shorter. So I made the jump and decided to start kind of studying my world around me. And I noticed that the holistic healers that I received self-care from were really a lot happier and more balanced in their physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental journeys. So I decided to get some bodywork certifications, and 20 years later, I had a lot of notes about how to do it and how not to do it, and decided to create the book to enjoy the journey in a community of people that would definitely benefit from this work. There are thousands and thousands of women out there who have a hole in their heart around what's next, and especially in these times when we're all looking for ways to create more sustainable success.
Exactly. And that brings me to my next question is, can you talk more about how the book helps aspiring entrepreneurs succeed with their existing skills, whether that be their experiences, their creativity, or their resources?
Yes, I specifically wrote this book from a DIY sort of perspective. What do I have in my skills, experience, and creative gifts that can help me get started from where I am now and build a sustainable plan? And what I found was that it's really a matter of staying focused on a set of 6 steps that I had honed over the last, I would say, decade since I started thinking about writing the book.
Mm-hmm.
And this really walks the female entrepreneur through how to get really clear about the desires that she has for what she wants to create professionally, and how that's going to affect her life, and how to navigate situations with family and friends as she changes in her environment. Of course, the environment's going to change, right?
Right.
And then how to really create a community and partnerships around the work.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a big part of what makes it sustainable, that a lot of people who in traditional business get stuck around because there's such a level of or an energy of competition. And then we're talking more about cooperation, which we're learning and seeing in the world is really what's more sustainable.
Exactly. And with everything that's going on in the world right now with this pandemic, why is it the perfect time to create sustainable success as a holistic entrepreneur?
Taylor, I'm seeing that there are thousands and thousands of women who are sitting back, looking at what's happening in the world and going, wow, that which is not sustainable is not sustaining. Mm-hmm. We're seeing massive reforms in healthcare and education, in the publishing industry even, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So this book is really geared toward helping the person who knows that they need to do something more humane for themselves, something that works in their life, that's more balanced, both for physical energy, for emotional connection, and the intellectual stimulation that comes from being an entrepreneur, how to live in balance with all those pieces, which I think is kind of a silver lining in these times, is that we're all being kind of forced to reflect on what's worked, what hasn't, and who are we going to be as a part of the moving forward in the healing and the solutions for a more sustainable new normal, if you will.
Exactly. And that information and is just so much needed right now, especially with what's going on. And to look at it as, or to go about it at a different approach, something more holistic would be, people are seeking that out. So the book is definitely needed in this time, and, beyond this time as well. And where can our viewers at home connect with you more? Because they may just, there's so much information provided in the book, they may just want to connect with you even further. Where is the best place they can do that at?
I know that there are lots and lots of women who are feeling, it's time.
Hmm.
If you can feel that inside of you, you're watching this, please reach out to me via Facebook, direct message me, and let's have a free consultation about how to support what's next for you. It's not about the entire solution sometimes as much as it is what's the next best step, right?
Right.
Also, some people like to put their words in writing. So if they prefer to reach me via email, it's invitingbalance@hey.com. That's HEY.com. And of course, my website is a great way to reach me too.
Perfect. Thank you, Grace, so much. There's so many avenues to connect with her. Please go and do that. It has been such a pleasure today. Thank you again for joining me for your book launch interview. And thank you, everyone at home as well that is watching. And please go check out Grace Meek's book, Becoming a Holistic Entrepreneur.